What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode number 46 of Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast. Remember, if you like Xbox or video games in general, make sure to join us usually live every Thursday on YouTube. Summer, we've had a little bit of interruption, but hopefully they will be going back live every Thursday, so come over, hang out with us. If you can't catch us live, we do post every Friday morning on your favorite podcast service. Find us over there, like, share, subscribe, help us grow and bring you a better podcast each and every week. I'm your host, Kevin, aka the Muffin Man, and I am joined this week by a solo member. People on vacation, work schedules interfering, so it's just me and Aman. How you doing?
Yo, this week has been amazing. All right, we got the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, which was epic. I played a ton of games, which I can't wait to talk about. And yeah, Gamescom opening night live was pretty good. So yeah, good week.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Gamescom for sure. Spider-Man was hype as shit. Okay, before we get into GameStalk, did you watch the leaked version before the official one? Yeah, me too.
I was watching that. I watched that. The phone recording of the phone recording of the phone recording.
I just couldn't resist. You had all the unfinished CGI effects,
Yeah, I was so iffy. Like, we weren't even sure if they were gonna drop the trailer or not. So I just watched it. Like, we could have easily waited another month, because I don't think they would have released the trailer if it didn't get leaked. I don't think they would have released it the next day.
I definitely think it was a reaction to being like, because I mean, what was released was basically the leaked trailer, just with CGI.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, yeah, that was great. That was nice.
Pumped for that. We got Shang-Chi next week, so.
We got Venom. We got
Eternals. I don't give a shit about Venom, but. Oh,
4 movies in the next 4 months.
Eternals looks good, actually. Surprised me, but this isn't a video game. This is a video game podcast. This isn't a comic book podcast. So we're gonna put a hold on that talk and get in, because you mentioned you've been playing a lot of games. So as we do every week here on Project XTalk, we start each and every week going around to ask one simple question. That question is, what you playing? So Aman, floor is yours. What you been playing?
So I've been playing a ton this week. So I played my first ever NBA game, and I have to say the career mode in NBA is phenomenal. The My Player career mode is way better than FIFA's player career mode. Like, there's an actual story. The player starts off in high school. He plays for his high school team, then goes into college, and then gets drafted by the NBA. Yeah, it's an engaging story. I'm really liking it so far. It does get boring after a point. It just keeps getting repetitive, but then it kept me hooked longer than a FIFA player career mode would. So I was happy with it. I enjoyed that. I've also played Hades. I've been enjoying that once. Yeah, I've been dying quite a lot. It's the first roguelike I've played in a while. And yeah, I think I'm going to end up getting it. I'm also going to go get it on my Switch now, because that's the type of game I'd like to play on the go. So yeah, enjoying it. And last but not least, 12 minutes. All right, so I haven't completed the game. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding the ending and all of that, so I haven't beaten the game yet. I know there's an ending, like you can end the game in the first loop. It's a listening ending. I think you can end it in like the first loop, so I didn't go with that. But yeah, I think I'm on loop 9, where he wakes up at a different location. But overall, I'm kind of liking this game so far. Like, at the time loop, it just feels like playing a Christopher Nolan game, like a Christopher Nolan movie type game. So yeah, so far it's been great. I'm eager to see the ending, because I think there's around 8 different endings, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a lot of endings. I don't know about 8, but it's definitely at least 4. I think I can think of at least 4 different endings.
Right. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I'll be done with it by next week. So more extended thoughts on that. But yeah, so far I like the whole concept of the game. Each loop resets everything, but you still have memories of the previous loop, and you're trying to prove your loop theory. And yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far.
Did you?
I've also been playing The Ascent.
Okay.
After like the 3rd boss, the game does get quite a bit repetitive. It's just the same formula over and over again. You clear 3 stages, and then there's a boss, and there's another 3 stages, and then there's a boss. And yeah, after that, the enemy variation, like, it's pretty much the same enemies. So yeah, it does get quite boring after a point.
Interesting.
The single player.
I wanna circle back before we go into what I've been playing to 12 minutes. Well, I guess this is kind of what I've been playing because I did play 12 minutes. Did you watch the review I did for our channel? Because I put that up
Yes.
earlier this week. Yes.
Yeah. The
So
voice acting. I wanted to add that the voice acting was phenomenal.
yeah.
The voice acting was phenomenal.
Yeah. For
I would
anyone,
love to see Christopher Nolan direct a 12 minutes movie. I think that could work.
yeah, for anyone that wants my like extended in-depth thoughts, please go check out our review on our YouTube channel, Project XTalk. But just this was a game I was super hyped for. I thought it might be like a surprise hit. I think the concept is really good. The whole having to prove you're in a time loop. I think the execution is very bad. I did not enjoy my time with this game. I played it for like 5-ish hours, I think, and it did not do what I needed it to do in order to be fulfilled. The ending, not great, not very weird in my opinion, very weird.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. The endings are quite disappointing or controversial.
Yeah, so apart from that, I've played a little more of Pokemon Unite, as I was talking about last week, which I still think is a fun game. I don't think it's that pay to win. I know Tom was very much like it's pay to win. I don't think it is. I think it's fun, especially if you get a little group of friends. I do think it's stupid. You can't search with 4 people in a group because they don't want people to solo queue. It's dumb. It's a whole thing. It's stupid. The other games I've been playing, Psychonauts 2 dropped on Tuesday night, and I've put probably 7 hours into it since Tuesday night. I am playing this game like nonstop, religiously, whenever I get a free moment, and I gotta say, this might be my game of the year as it stands right now.
Ratchet and Clank?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. I think from a story perspective, the humor hits more for me. I don't think it's as pretty as Ratchet and Clank, but that's just because I don't think the art style isn't my favorite. But the world is super colorful. It is a very pretty game. There's a few texture pop-ins here and there, but for the most part, it is locked 4K 60. It's very noticeable. It's very vibrant, beautiful. Everything about this game is straight up my alley. This is an old school 3D platforming collectathon game. I'm absolutely loving it. The story's fantastic, so I'm going to do a review for that eventually. Once I beat it, I plan to 100% it. I hear it's not that hard to 100%, so I'm going, it's probably about 13 more hours. It is a little bit of a time sink, around 20 hours for a platformer is quite long, but I'm loving this game. I think it's great. And then the other game that I've been playing that I actually just dropped a review for today on the channel, I got a code provided to me by CI Games. Thank you so much once again for Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 Elite Edition. That's a mouthful, but they hit us up. They were like, "You guys want to review this game for the channel?" PS5 version literally just came out. I think it came out today or yesterday. It came out one of these days. So I was like, yeah, I agree. I have a PS5. I'm the only one in the group with a PS5, so I'll take a code. I'll review it. It is on Xbox Series X, so it isn't an exclusive. But this game, as I said in my review, and again, full thoughts over there, but way more fun than I expected it to be. If you like Hitman style games where you like get dropped into like a sandbox and you get to find like clever ways to kill people, or you can go stealth, you can go guns blazing. I think people will like this game a lot because it's basically that. You have a giant big sandbox to play in, figure out how to kill these enemies, and man, there's an animation in this game where when you hit certain shots, it goes in this slow motion bullet effect, and you watch the bullet fly through the air and like their head explode or like go through. It's super graphic, and I'm like, wow, they really know what audience they're catering to here. Like, it is intense. So super. I think it's underrated. I haven't heard much about it, but if you're looking for a good little sandbox game, I would pick it up. Preferably, I think PS5 because it does have the triggers and feedback. I think
But it
that
does have haptic feedback.
yeah, I think it does benefit it because like there's multiple times while I'll be playing, I'm like, wow, like it's one of the better games in my opinion that does it. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is in the way, but for this game, it works really well. So, if there's nothing else more to add, it's time to navigate the news and dive deep into the library. Ooh.
A lot to cover this week.
Oh, that is a lot to cover, all right. Story number 1. And this broke Friday last week. So obviously we did our show Thursday, and then Xbox is like, screw you guys. But we have an update regarding Halo Infinite. In a new developer update video from last Friday, developers 343 discussed what they learned from the technical preview. They discussed what future flights would look like as we get closer to launch, and provided the great news that PvP for the next flight is going to be 4v4 arena and big team battle. However, all is not well. Joseph Staten soon sat down and discussed that the team at 343 has made the difficult decision to launch Halo Infinite without campaign co-op and Forge. They stressed that the fact that this game is a live service allowing them to build on it after launch, and that a 1-year roadmap of post-launch content is already outlined. In the outline are campaign co-op, which is expected to arrive during Season 2, and Forge during Season 3. Joe states that each season will be about 3 months long, and Season 1 starts at launch, meaning we won't be playing co-op campaign until 2022 at the earliest, which, a little spoiler for later, we did get the release date. It's December 8th, which means we won't be playing campaign co-op until at least March, and Forge until June of 2022. So, Aman, you were glowing a little bit, but overall thoughts on them launching without campaign co-op, without Forge. What do you got for me?
Great. Look, see, I think launching without campaign co-op is the wrong decision. I think that a lot of people are interested in that game mode, so I would have preferred to have that mode on launch, because I would obviously like to play that game co-op at some point. But yeah, I don't think it's the worst thing that could ever happen. As for Forge, I don't know much about it. I don't play much of Halo multiplayer, so don't know much about it. But the release date, I told you guys they weren't going to release it November 15th. As much as I wanted it to be November 15th, because like Halo anniversary, that would have been really cool. But yeah, it was gonna clash with the Forza release date. So I think they could have done Halo November 15th and Forza in December. That would have worked a little better. But yeah, overall, as I said, this game should have been delayed to 2022. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was the discourse we saw once this news broke on Twitter. There were lots of arguments like, oh, they should delay it. People being like, no, they shouldn't. Nobody cares about these features. I think both parties are a little hyperbolic. I was definitely super bummed, and I remember you posted a little GIF in our chat here on Discord about, oh, I told you it should have been delayed. So it's on, but. I personally think that, when I heard the news, I was like, oh, they should delay the game. Like, I'm not even hyped for it anymore. I don't, all my excitement kind of drained from me. As the days have gone on, as I've listened to other people talk about it, I've kind of come around and, understand, okay, these aren't features that are big enough to delay the game. The campaign is playable.
Still the campaign.
Yeah.
Multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I will play through the campaign. It's a live service game. From the sounds of it, they're going to add more to the campaign over time. So, once, in March, when campaign co-op is there, and then me and my buddies can go and do that new content, that'll be fine. As long as PvP hits, really, to keep me engaged, to keep me coming back for months, so I don't fall off. I think that's the biggest thing, and I understand, people are trying to explain this, but the heat of the moment, when I heard that news, I was like, fuck this game, fuck 343, delay this shit until spring. I don't care about Forge. There is a Forge community, and since you're not part of the Halo community, Forge is the game mode where you go in and make your own maps, make your own game modes. So it is more for the creative style, and I bought Mario Maker 2 a few weeks ago. That game's trash. That is not a fun game. Might be the worst purchase I've ever made on the Switch. And I bought Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, so that's saying a lot. But I don't care about Forge. I was disappointed for campaign co-op. I wanted to play through with my brother. That's like a tradition every time Halo comes out. I'll do it at some point. I just want the campaign, as long as the story nails all the beats it needs to nail, it comes out, it's scoring like a 9 out of, oh my god, it's a masterpiece, because that's what Halo needs to be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
I can't help but notice, looks like you have a new poster in the background.
No.
I didn't see that last time.
No, I've had these 2 posters for a few weeks now.
Really? Oh, yeah. I think I missed that last time.
Yeah.
Because you usually only had 1 poster behind you.
Probably my chair was covered. But yeah, there's a Smash Brothers poster and there's a Pokemon Snap poster, and that's all I've got to decorating this room so far. And for the video watchers, there is a light shining through that's really driving me fucking nuts. It's 90 degrees. The sun is blasting me. I got all the blinds closed in here, but this light is driving me bonkers. And it was like this yesterday, and I can't do it. But yeah, Halo Infinite, that was a bummer to learn. I wish Tom and Garrett were here, more of our Halo-centric people, to kind of give us their in-depth thoughts, because I think they'd probably be a little more disappointed than you are, since you don't really care about Halo. But
I mean, I'm gonna obviously I'm gonna play day 1. I want to beat the campaign. I want to like the multiplayer. As I said, it's my dream to become the next esports Halo multiplayer champion. So yeah, I mean, as long as it's able to keep me hooked, because PvP games usually I play them, I grind them out for a week, and then the next week I just kind of forget about them. So I just hope it keeps me hooked.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you, and I think as long as they do nail, like I said, the story and then the PvP to keep people engaged, that's ultimately the big goal, because they want Halo to keep being popular. We got more Halo news later in the show, but I did want to address one rumor that you brought up that I saw, and it comes courtesy of Andy Robinson over at Video Games Chronicle, who's actually reporting on a rumor from Jeff Grubb. And that is that NetherRealm is currently working on Mortal Kombat 12 and shelving Injustice 3 due to their uncertainty at WB Games. Now, I thought this story might be more up your alley, because if I know you love DC, and Injustice 3 is all about DC superheroes. So what were your impressions when you saw this rumor?
I mean, we just got Injustice 11, MK11, like last year, or 2 years ago. So yeah, I mean, why are you already working on it in MK12? Even if you're working on it, it's probably just going to be a rushed game, because I'm sure Ed Boon has tweeted out that he really wanted to work on the next Injustice game, but then because of the uncertainty of WB Games right now with the Discovery merger and all that, and Discovery has stated they're not very keen on gaming, so yeah, we really don't know how things are going to end up there. And hopefully Microsoft acquires NetherRealm, and then we can get an exclusive Injustice game.
Just because you guys keep saying it doesn't make it gonna happen. I saw this rumor. I thought it makes sense to me personally. I don't think there is much there's not much going on with the DC fandom right now, right? Their CW shows are worse than ever. The movies aren't hitting. I know people love the Snyder Cut that came out during quarantine, but in terms of their actual movies, the last ones what was the last one they released? Was it Wonder Woman? Oh, the Suicide Squad. Which
the Suicide Squad is a good movie, but again, it just didn't have those main characters who attract new audiences. It was a good movie, but it flopped at the box office.
Yeah, it that's what I was going to bring up. It flopped super hard, did not make back what they... And that's surprising, because I have heard it's a good movie, and with James Gunn at the helm, I believe it. I don't think I've ever watched a movie that he's made that I haven't liked. Even he's made some obscure ones. He's been making movies a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a masterpiece. It's just a fun movie. You go in there, have a fun time, have a few good laughs, and come out of it. That's good.
But I think the whole thing with NetherRealm is that like nobody's really wanting more DC stuff right now. They're kind of in the mindset, at least I am, where it's not hitting and we need a revamp. And I would love to see them maybe do. I want Injustice 3. Don't get me wrong, because I think Injustice is a great series, but I think in order for Injustice 3 to hit hard, there needs to be that demand. So I think that they need to coincide the release of an Injustice 3 with some sort of like groundbreaking movie or something that really really something that really hits like oh my god, this is DC's best work. I want more superheroes. Like what can I consume? Oh, they got a new Injustice game out. Like I'm gonna go pick that up, really see more of these characters that I really loved. And I don't know when that's coming for DC.
There was also rumors that NetherRealm are working on the Marvel game, so don't know where that's going. So yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, gotta wait.
We have heard those rumors as well. I would love a Marvel fighting game from them too. Like that'd be great. Yeah. But just a little rumor.
We're getting some good Marvel games.
Oh yeah, well we're gonna talk about it. Don't you worry, it's on the docket. But first, story number 2. Xbox had their Xbox Gamescom showcase on Tuesday, and oh boy, did this not hit the way that they thought it was. So I'm gonna give the rundown. So you can first give me your overall impressions of the show, because for me this was a massive waste of time. This did not need to happen.
I'm with you 100%. It was more like a pre-show to opening night live, I would say. It was the sort of things you'd see at pre-show. Don't get me wrong, I think Paris did a great job presenting it. I like Paris Lilly a lot. He's a great guy. But yeah, overall it was a boring show. There wasn't a single game that I had interest in. But other than the games we've already seen, the Gunk looked pretty good, but I think we only got a cinematic for that. We didn't get any gameplay.
Yeah, let me do the run. I'm gonna give the rundown of the show, and you can, if there's something to talk about, we can do a little stop and discuss it. But the showcase starts off with Dying Light 2 gameplay.
Right.
We've
already seen tons of it.
Yeah, and I think they're showing more of it too at some point with like another deep dive. I really don't need to see more of this game. Like I think if
we didn't see anything new either. It was the stuff we've already seen. We saw nothing new.
Yep. So then we transitioned to Paris Lilly, and I echo your statements. I thought he was a great host. I thought they both were. I thought the hosts were really good. It wasn't cringy like the indie showcase we had a few weeks ago. Like, oh man, those Twitch streamers faking their excitement for indie games that they're never gonna play. I can't. I know they're trying their best, but like that needs a rework. But anyway, Paris has a sit-down interview with Jorg Newman, who's the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then they proceed to show I wrote this, the worst trailer ever for some sort of racing mode that's coming. It was literally like a little plane flying out of a hangar, and then they were like, that's it. I'm like, they didn't even show any of the racing. Then we got the Game Pass Humble Bundle Showcase. So a bunch of Humble games are coming to Xbox Game Pass. Those include Archvale, Next Space Rebels, Midnight Fight Express, Boshidin, Flynn Son of Crimson, Unpacking, Signalis, Unsighted, Chinatown Detective Agency, and Dodgeball Academia was also included, but that's already on Game Pass. Now, I'm going to stop here because I know Midnight Fight Express was one that you thought looked good. Tell me what caught your eye about this.
Yeah, it looked like a cool game to play. I mean, that's all I can say because that's the only thing that really stood out there in that showcase. Or was it? It was on opening night live, right? You got the gameplay.
It was on both. It was on both.
It was on both. Yeah. I don't think I caught it in the game showcase, but I did catch it on ONL. It looked like a fun game to play. I liked the concept, but yeah, it's on Game Pass, so probably gonna give it a try.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of like Sifu, because it had like the martial arts.
Like an isometric Sifu.
Yeah, it had like the martial arts, but it looked way more like violent. Like he was smashing people through sinks, and he had some weapons too.
It was like a Streets of Rage type of isometric game.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. So that one, I think Dodgeball Academia, I love. My review is coming shortly for that. It's already it's scheduled. It'll be on the channel soon in the next 2 weeks. So I think everyone should go play that game if they haven't. But
That's next. That's next on my list.
it's a good RPG. I think you like Pokemon, and this is very it's very inspired. So I think you'll really like that game. Then we got Into the Pit. That's day one Game Pass coming October 19th. It's a roguelike game. The best way I can describe it, kind of looked like Doom, but instead of guns, you used your hands.
Yeah, I didn't know the name of it. Yeah, it looked like Doom and Magic together. Looked pretty interesting. Coming on the Game Pass, so I guess that's good. But yeah, I don't think I'm probably gonna check it out because October is when Back 4 Blood's coming on Game Pass. I'm gonna be pretty busy with that game. So yeah.
And then we got Age of Empires 4 interview and a weird trebuchet history lesson that went on way too long. They were like, I'm gonna load the trebuchet. Like, I learned way too much about trebuchets for a fucking video game showcase. I don't even want to talk about Age of Empires. Like, they didn't even show the game. They showed the game at opening night live.
We saw the game on ONL, and we only saw a few cinematics as well. We didn't get any gameplay. That game's coming out this year, right?
Yeah. It's I think that's October as well.
Yeah. It's not coming on Xbox, and I don't have a good PC.
Yeah, it's only on PC. So then, moving on from that, we went to an xCloud coming to consoles, little, commercial basically. And the only thing I want to say is, like, we fucking get it. How many times do you have to announce this? You've had tweets, you had blog posts, you had Phil Spencer talk about it. Now we get this little commercial. Like, yeah, okay, xCloud is coming to last gen consoles, so you can stream new games, and it'll be on current ones.
I guess that's more because Gamescom is a big thing in Japan. So I guess that's more for the Japanese audience. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Japanese marketing thing. I'm guessing so.
I mean, it's definitely an upgrade over, like, if you have an Xbox One original, because those are 900p machines, 30 FPS, so, like, streaming at 1080p 60 is way better. Like, that's a major upgrade, but I can't see a reason why I will stream, like, unless I want to try a game out, I don't feel like downloading it, but my internet's good, so I see the use for it. I don't think this needed to have a commercial. Then we got talk of the Hellblade upgrade. For some reason, I was like, are they really going to show Hellblade 2? And then
it already came out.
Then they did.
I didn't get why that's up.
Then they did.
Yeah, it came out, people played it, but...
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, Hellblade got upgraded a little while ago. Moving on. Wasteland 3 is getting DLC called Cult of the Holy Detonation coming October 5th. I know
that caught my eye.
Did it? Why?
Because I played Wasteland. It's a good game. I never beat it, so I might actually go back and beat that and try the new DLC out. Is the DLC on Game Pass? All right, so even better. So yeah,
I believe so. It's a first party game, although there is some first party that isn't.
I think first party DLCs are on Ultimate, right? Game Pass Ultimate. So
I don't want to speak with authority, but possibly.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I played a bit of Wasteland 3. I liked it. It was a good game. It had a good story. You have great RPG elements. So yeah, definitely give it a try. At first, I thought it was In Exile's new game because they just showed the name of DLC. They didn't say Wasteland 3. So I was like, oh, is this the new game? But yeah.
Then we got a Borderlands Sea of Thieves crossover event. A Borderlands ship is coming to Sea of Thieves. I'm sure someone cares. Not me. Garrett might. I wish he was here to kind of get his little opinion on it. But then we got State of Decay 2 Homecoming DLC coming October 6th. That is... I played State of Decay 2 for a little bit. It's an alright game. The fact that they're doing DLC for it now is kind of weird since we know State of Decay 3 is in development. State of Decay 2 was basically State of Decay 1, just like in a different location, and now this DLC is bringing them back to the location from 1. So I don't really get the point in, like, why waste your time making this? I don't get who this is for.
Yeah, I would much rather have them focus on State of Decay 3, as it's supposed to be like a big technical jump as well. From State of Decay 2 to State of Decay 3, there's going to be a more focus on the story elements of it. Developers say. So yeah, I mean, it's great we're getting more content this holiday for Xbox. We got Wasteland DLC, Age of Empires, Forza, Halo. So yeah, I mean, it's a good last quarter of the year for Xbox. So.
Yeah. Stray Blade was next. Pre-alpha build was shown. It's coming in 2022. Did you catch this? If you need a reminder, this is what I describe as Godfall, but if it was a mobile game.
Yeah. I remember seeing something like that. Again, didn't catch my interest.
Then we got Crusader Kings 3 coming to consoles. This interests me. This was like the only thing that I was kind of interested in because Crusader Kings 3 is a 91 rated Metacritic strategy RPG for PC. It's
also big in the PC gaming community. Right?
Yeah. Well, it's only on PC, and it's massive over there. It's supposed to be really good. They say that it's not a direct port, that it was built specifically for next gen consoles. So it's on Series X, PS5. They reworked the UI for it. I'm definitely going to check this out, see if it grabs my interest. 91 rated is a very hard thing to get on Metacritic, so there has to be some reason.
Maintaining that 91 is hard, so yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that whenever that comes out. I didn't get a release date on that. I don't know if they showed one, but it is coming to Game Pass. Psychonauts 2 trailer. I already gave my thoughts about Psychonauts 2. Go play it. Phenomenal game. And then you mentioned this, the Gunk. We got a trailer, confirmed Game Pass. There was no release date shown in the trailer, which kind of abruptly ended, but on a follow-up on Xbox Wire, they say the release date is in December. They didn't give a specific day, just that it's coming in December. So, what did you think of the Gunk?
I mean, I like the concept of the game. I don't remember seeing any gameplay at the showcase. It was just a trailer. So yeah, I think I need to see a little bit more to get hyped for it. But yeah, it's a game coming on Game Pass. I like the concept. I might try it out for a couple of hours, and if I like it, I might stick with it. And yeah, but just again, Xbox does have an amazing holiday. Scorn is also supposed to be launching this year, so
yeah,
Scorn, Forza Horizon 5.
I wanted to bring up, like, we kind of suggested, like, what games we thought would be shown here, and Scorn was one that you and me both were like, they're going to show it. They have to show it.
Yeah. I was surprised they didn't show it.
They didn't show it, but I did just see that they confirmed that it has a fall release date still. So it's apparently expected.
I don't think Scorn is Game Pass. It's not a Game Pass game, I think.
I don't remember if it is.
That's Crossfire X. That's Crossfire X.
Yeah, Crossfire X definitely isn't. Yeah. Crossfire X definitely isn't. I'm gonna say the Gunk actually got me excited. Like, they did show gameplay. The gameplay is you walking through, sucking up that big the Gunk, sucking up the big stuff.
We saw that last year as well, though, right? That bit.
Yeah, kind of. But I don't think there's going to be much more to that. It's an action adventure game. So I really do think most of it is going to be like trying to, puzzle solve the Gunk, and like it looks like a game I would be interested in. I thought the aesthetic looked really good. It has Fiona Nova as the lead voice actor. She is a G4 host. Kind of cool. But I thought the Gunk had a good showing, except for where it abruptly ended. Like, that trailer ending was awful. I don't know who approved that. But Xbox ended its conference, and I knew they were going to. I was like, okay, there's not enough time for Halo. And I was like, they're really going to not show Halo. And they didn't show Halo. They ended it with like 20 minutes of Forza. We got a new Forza controller shown off. And then
it looks sick. That control looks sick.
I disagree. It's way too bright for me. That is not my style at all. It's like the most neon looking controller I've ever seen in my life. But then it was just 15 minutes of Forza Horizon gameplay. Like,
we've already seen enough of this game. How much more are they gonna show?
Yeah.
We got more on opening night live as well. So like, how much?
That was my thought as well. So yeah, overall, I think that showcase was a big waste of time. I don't see why it was necessary. It wasn't even like the Xbox Extended Showcase gave us new information. Like they had a Scarlet Nexus segment. Like I thought that was way better executed. I really do think Xbox has a problem where they can't decide what kind of showcase they want, and it's very clear to everyone that this is not what we want. Give us the E3 style, trailer after trailer after trailer, like 20 seconds of talking here, trailer. None of these
I mean,
long
everything
sit-downs.
shown at this event could have easily been done in a blog post or like individual videos for each of the games. That would have worked. But yeah, I didn't see a point for there being an event. Especially they were hyping it up on their YouTube account a lot. They're like, one more day to go, few more hours to go, and then like just like 3 hours before the show, Aaron Greenberg tweeted out, "Oh, keep your expectations low." And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna see nothing here."
Yeah, I mean, I know they tried to set expectations, but I just don't get what the point was. Like, I went in with low expectations and was still disappointed because it was awful. It just wasn't worth having. But what was worth having was opening night live. And now this is where we're going to get into the meat of the show. First, don't go into any specific games, but overall, your impression of opening night live.
If I would give it a similar rating to what I gave us Summer Games Fest, the first. Yeah, I would give it I would say those both of these events were equal. They were good events. I enjoyed them. They started off strong, but I think they still needed something a big announcement at the end to make it a really good event, which they didn't have unfortunately. But yeah, I think they started off really strong. The games they started off with were great, and yeah, definitely did a great job again. Yeah. A 7 out of 10. Right. Okay. No, I didn't want. I didn't catch the pre-show. I just got the main stream. Oh, never heard of it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Fuck. My audio was muted for that whole segment there.
I heard you.
Yeah, no, it was muted in OBS.
It was a pre-show. It's like, I don't think anyone really cares about that.
All right. So I'll just cut that. But we got into the show proper for opening night live, and Saints Row. We got a world premiere trailer for the new rebooted Saints Row. It's coming February 2022. Are you a Saints Row guy?
I really like Saints Row 1 and 2. 3 and 4 got too goofy and too crazy. I didn't like those much. But I like this new one is going back to its roots, a little more grounded. But we need to talk about the art style. Why are all of the new games coming out, like Redfall, this new Saints Row, why are they adopting such a Fortnite type of art style? We gotta talk about that.
I literally, when I was watching this trailer, I'm like, whoa, Grand Theft Auto Fortnite. Like, that's literally what it looks like.
Exactly. I mean, why are the games doing that? I mean, Saints Row 1 and 2, their art style was really good. It was like GTA, but goofy, and it still had that Saints Row vibe. But this one's like, it's like Fortnite, and weird goofiness.
Yeah.
There were a few corny jokes in the trailer. The guy with the cat hat, it just looked like a Fortnite skin. I didn't like the art style.
I don't like the art style. That's one of the reasons Redfall doesn't excite me. Like, I don't like vampires. It's not cool, but
it still has that arcane vibe. Like when you look at the character, some distinct features of the character still remind me that it's an arcane game. And it did feel a little more mature. This, but yeah, I did not like the art style. I was disappointed by it.
This is just going to be a silly game. I have no expectation. I'm not going to play this. I'm not a Saints Row guy, but this trailer did nothing for me. The next trailer, however, did something for me, and it was Marvel Midnight Suns from Firaxis and published by 2K, coming March 2022. This game is a tactical RPG. Think XCOM, Fire Emblem. It stars the Hunter, who is a brand new superhero designed by Marvel with Firaxis to fight Lilith, who's the mother of demons. I thought that trailer was hype as shit. Oh my god. Like, I was freaking out. It was so awesome. The music, the Alessia Cara Metallica cover nailed it. That everything about that trailer got me so excited. You know, we've heard about the rumored XCOM Marvel game for a while. Now we have it confirmed, and I am so excited. I can't wait to see gameplay. I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah, gameplay's coming 1st of September, so looking forward to that. I think that's like next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I'm loving the whole Midnight Suns vibe. I think that was the brief run in the comics, the Midnight Suns. They also include Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Cool art style. But yeah, I'm liking this game. From the moment it started, I didn't recognize the first character. Then we suddenly see Doctor Strange. Then we see Wolverine. Then we see Iron Man. I'm like, oh my god, this is great.
Yeah, there were a few artistic liberties taken with some of the characters. Like they've kind of been made more like metal goth look. Like Robbie Reyes is Ghost Rider instead of a skull head. He kind of has like this metal mask. Wolverine's costume looks sick, by the way. Like that metal plating on his brown.
Wolverine in any game looks sick, man. Wolverine in any game.
He's nailing it. Doctor Strange looked good. Blade looks sweet. classic. I think that they really have a unique art style and aesthetic that's going to set them apart from these other Avengers, Marvel properties that we've seen. So I'm pumped. I can't wait for next week to see gameplay. Hopefully,
definitely.
Firaxis, they make XCOM and Civ two highly rated tactical RPG series. So I have no doubt that this game's going to be amazing.
Exactly.
Then we went into Activision's Call of Duty Vanguard for way too long. That's literally all. Like, I was bored to tears. Yes.
I couldn't tell the difference between this game and Call of Duty World War II. Like, it looked the same.
Like, yeah, cool. You have Laura Bailey. That's cool. Like, Laura is awesome. Great voice actor. but the campaign was so boring. Like this is not something I wanted to see. If you're gonna show this off, make it short. I think we were here for like 10 minutes. It was too much.
Yeah. Well, I would have much preferred if Call of Duty this year they did the sequel to 2019's Modern Warfare, which was a good Call of Duty game after a long time, campaign-wise. So, yeah, I would have liked to see a sequel of that. But another World War II game, like we've had like 10 already.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, moving past Call of Duty. Oh, and fuck Activision. Activision, by the way. Just to throw that in there. Before we move on, I heard that they're not marketing the game as Activision. Like it's not showing up in the trailers.
I saw that as well.
What
so it stays away from the negative reputation.
Piece of
I don't get that.
garbage.
What logic is that?
Like everyone knows who makes Call of Duty at this point. Like
exactly.
Moron. I can't with them. But Call of Duty, and then we got Halo Infinite, baby. Joe Staten was here to talk about multiplayer. They gave us this sweet multiplayer Season 1 intro cinematic with Commander Agrinia, I believe was her name. It was beautiful. Then Jeff throws it back to him. He's like, when are we playing it? And Joe drops the bombshell December 8th, which was unfortunately leaked the morning of. That was a little disappointing, kind of took the wind out of the sails. But to make up for it, we got two special announcements. An Xbox Elite controller with a beautiful Master Chief design. It was gorgeous. If it didn't cost $200, I would have bought it. And then we got a limited edition Halo Infinite console. That is coming out on November 15th. They're doing something for the anniversary. I'm glad they are. Did not expect a console with the chip shortages and how hard it is to get a regular console. And then they're like, fuck it, we're doing a special edition.
Which looks great.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I was sitting here contemplating. It's like, should I buy it and then sell my current one? Like, oh my god, it looks so good. But I didn't do it. It is more expensive than a normal one. I do want to say that. It's like, I think it's $50 more before tax. So
yeah, that's usually how much more there are. I remember last gen, I got the PS4 Batman edition. That was $50 more. So.
Okay. Yeah, I know my brother had the Spider-Man.
Also, what do you think? What else do you think we're gonna get for Halo Infinite Anniversary? I'm thinking we're gonna get the multiplayer beta or like the open weekend during the anniversary time.
I mean, that's not a bad shout. I could see an open beta. I mean, they're gonna have more flights leading up to, and more flights during. They said
the final version before the game's coming out. Like, what to expect? Like,
that'd be sweet. I would love that. Yeah, I would love that just to see like stressing the servers. Give them a few weeks to make everything in place. Yeah, that would be awesome to celebrate. But I think this was a great way to celebrate Halo. You finally got the release date confirmed. We're gonna be playing it this year. I'm just like, what the hell were they gonna ship last year? That's like, I really want to know.
I know, right?
I just want to. I wish.
Last year they weren't gonna have co-op campaign. They weren't gonna have Forge, bad graphics.
I wish someone at 343 would just like, here's what we were gonna give you last year. But
yeah, it would have been a mess.
Big mess. Looked awesome. I was super excited for that. Then we got a new game coming from Devolver Digital, who, if you don't know, they hit like every time. They gave us Fall Guys, they gave us Death's Door, but this is Cult of the Lamb. It's a hack and slash roguelite, and I was disappointed when they said roguelite because the game looks awesome. It looks kind of like Death's Door, similar to that, but then they said roguelite, and I was like, wanted to play. It looks so. You play as like a little lamb and like have these sheep followers. Like you save them and then they're like, oh.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked good.
Yep. And then we did get more Midnight Fight Express, as we mentioned, which I still think looks dope. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. They confirmed April is a playable character, and this game looks so much fun. Like, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the Michael Bay abomination, but like back in the day, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The old school games. This is very much reminiscent of those. I was disappointed. I was disappointed when they confirmed that this is only Switch and PC.
Oh, okay. I thought it was everything. All
That's what
right.
I thought, but I saw it going around today that it's only on Switch and I believe Steam, and that it's local co-op only, which is a massive bummer because Battletoads I
Yeah,
think is a very
that's.
very fun beat 'em up, but it's
I,
local co-op
I
only.
believe it would come to consoles at some point, maybe a later date,
I
if
hope.
it gets more traction.
I hope
But yeah,
so, and I hope that it has online co-op because I would play this game online with my friends.
exactly. Local co-op. Who does local co-op these days?
No one. I did, but like for some reason,
Exactly.
these types of games they include local co-op only.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, then we got Morgana coming to Super Monkey Ball. Uh, I think Super Monkey Ball is like a cute, fun little series, but like I'm not playing this. I kind of outgrew it. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga coming
That looked good.
spring 2022. So why do you think it looks good? What sets this one apart from the other Lego games?
Nothing, but just nothing sets it apart. But yeah, just Lego and Star Wars, cool combination.
Then we got
I
Synced.
mean, Lego games are for the younger audience. I would say I love them. When I was like 10, I loved Lego games. They're
Mhm.
like fun, great fun. But yeah, cool. I might play a bit for nostalgia. But yeah,
We got Synced Off Planet. Didn't do anything for me. This game was forgettable. Then we got the Outlast Trials, which is like Outlast is a survival horror game, but
yeah.
this looks to be a multiplayer version of that, I believe.
It was like it looked a lot like Dead by Daylight.
I just I'm not gonna. I don't play horror games really, like so. That's probably
That's
this.
the only horror games I played. Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So
Then we got what might have been the weirdest fucking trailer in this entire show. Doki V. It's an action adventure game where you become friends with beings and the kids have superpowers. I wrote
it's by Pierre Abyss, right?
it's the South Korean developer.
Yeah.
It was that
The one
really
Tom like.
really long trailer where you had these creepy looking realistic children exploring this world. They had powers, they were transforming like Power Rangers, they were swinging like Spider, they were riding scooters. It was the weirdest, all while you had this catchy ass pop song playing. I had no idea what the hell I was looking at, and I couldn't tell if I was like,
That was cool. That was cool. I remember Tom said he liked that.
yeah,
Yeah,
did he?
it looked like is it I believe it's co-op, right? Looks like
Yeah, yeah,
co-op.
it's a co-op
Yeah.
game. Yeah, yeah. It's I think it's an open world action adventure co-op game. But the frame rate, I don't know if you watched it in the trailer, but that frame rate was taking a dip like hard. It was dropping like 20 frames in
Why
that
didn't
trailer at some point.
when is it did they give you a release date?
No, they didn't give it. Just no release date that I wrote down. So I imagine they still have a lot to polish on that game. Very ambitious and weird looking game. The children have dead eyes. They look dead inside. All right, I can't handle any more of that fucking weird game. Jurassic World Evolution 2 got a release date November 9th. That's dead on arrival as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I mean I think the first one was on Game Pass for a bit. I
Yeah,
played it. It's a good game. I played it for a week, then never touched it again.
yeah. Far Cry 6 got a story trailer, and I'm so sick of seeing this game. This is another one. We need to
Well,
stop.
I mean, I appreciate Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh
I
yeah,
like that guy.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick Far Cry up now that they have third-person mode on there. So, something I
My issue is Esposito. Juan Carlo Esposito was fantastic. But he's the only one that sounded good. Every other voice line was cringy and bad dialogue, and I was like, why is he the only one that is giving any sort of good delivery, has good lines? Who wrote the other characters?
Yeah.
It was bad. Vampire Blood Hunt was next. and this is the Vampire Masquerade, but the multiplayer
The
PvP.
Battle Royale one, right?
Yeah. I think it looks interesting.
It's nice. I liked it.
I think it looks interesting. Yeah,
Yeah, I
for
mean,
sure.
it was a different concept. It wasn't like that typical Battle Royale. There's clans you can choose from now, so that's cool. I'm like, it's free to play, so yeah, definitely gonna give it a try.
Yeah. Then we got Park Beyond. It's a roller coaster tycoon-esque game. Nothing I care about.
Oh yeah, the Tycoon Park game, Park Simulator one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
already have like a lot of them.
so many, but we have so many simulator games too. It's a whole genre.
Yeah.
There's people that like this stuff. We got Jet the Far Shore next, coming out October 5th. Previews for that game came out today, and they have not been good. They have not been good to this game. I thought it looked like garbage personally, so I'm kind of glad that the previews are. They're not even like, oh, you know, it needs a little. Like, people are just like, this is a bad game. It's not a good game. Then we had a big one. I might have missed a few. My computer froze in the middle of this, and I had to like take. I was watching this. You know, I was watching this. My laptop froze, and I had to like take the battery out. I had to go get a screwdriver. Like, I literally could not turn my computer off. I had no idea what the fuck was happening. I was like, did my computer just break? But so I might have missed a few. You know, games that are important, but
it wasn't anything from here.
No, yeah, nothing big. But the next one was a big one. We got a Horizon Forbidden West developer update where they confirmed the game has been delayed, even though they didn't say the word delayed, but it is a delay to February 18th, 2022. I don't care about Horizon. I played the first one. I think it's a bad game.
I'm glad it's delayed. Now Halo might have a chance of winning Game of the Year.
No, it's coming out too late. Game Awards will already be.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay, so Halo's gonna compete with Starfield, God of War, Ragnarok, Elden Ring. Oh god.
Yeah, you know, they clearly don't give a shit about winning Game of the Year if they're putting it out in December. So, but Horizon getting delayed. What are your feelings on this?
I mean, I was never planning on getting it day one. I was gonna get it when there was a sale or something. So
Okay.
yeah. I mean, game looks cool. It's coming on PS4 as well. So, but we knew it was getting delayed like a few months ago. So.
Yeah, Jason Schreier and Jeff Grubb kind of spilled the beans, and I think the only people really still clinging to that were like the denier, like no, they can't, they need it. No,
Yeah.
they don't. I mean, I think PlayStation needs something this fall. There's nothing to play on there. Like, I'm still.
Yeah, Sifu's also delayed now. That's 2022.
That's February
The only
too.
thing they have is Kena.
That's
And
September. Those both are September.
No, they have Deathloop.
Yeah, Deathloop's September too.
Yeah, well,
There's
nothing this holiday.
nothing this holiday. My fucking PlayStation is getting crying over that. That's why I'm playing. The only games installed on my PS5 right now are Sackboy, Guilty Gear, and Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. And like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna play on my PS5. So it is what it is.
Nothing coming out right now. Absolutely nothing. I think that's why they also didn't have a big E3 level showcase this year, because they literally have nothing to show. Most of the stuff is next year or the year after. So.
It's certainly possible. If they could come out and prove us wrong, I would love that because I'm clamoring for something, but I don't see it coming. Then we got a trailer for New World, the Amazon MMO game that's coming. It looked like it could have been made in 2005.
Very generic.
Yeah, generic 2005-ish MMO. We got Marvel Future Revolution released for mobile yesterday. Don't care about that. We got Tales of Arise, the little concert with Lindsey Sterling playing on the violin. She killed that, by the way. She was awesome. A little more about Tales of Arise, which comes out September 9th, 10th.
What about that? Coming next month.
Yeah, it's
definitely picking that up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have you played the demo?
No. I haven't played the demo. Is it out now?
Yeah, it's a demo for Series X.
Oh right. Okay. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you can go play it. You can try out all the characters, see which like play style you like. I think the combat is awesome. I'm super excited. Like I'm a huge Tales fan anyway, so I was already gonna get this.
Yeah, I played Tales of Berseria. Like,
Yeah. But I've been playing Tales for like 20 years now, so I love the Tales of series. This is probably my favorite JRPG series in all of gaming. I was going to be there day one, but the demo really like got me more excited. I was like, wow, this could be my game of the year. The combat's so good. There's not much story in there because I don't think they want to ruin it, but I like the characters. I like everything that they're showing me. The one thing I didn't like was the new mobile game for Tales that got announced, Tales of Luminaria. There's already two Tales mobile games, Tales of Raise and Tales of Crestoria. Tales of Crestoria I like a lot, but it's a gacha game, and at a certain point I just had to give up on it. Like I played Tales of Crestoria a lot when it came out. I didn't spend money, but it's still a gacha game. No, yeah, that's my problem. That's why I always fall off gacha games. Like Genshin Impact, I played when it came out. I fell off that too because you have to spend money to get the characters you want. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I don't know why they're making this mobile game. They already have to stop making mobile games. You can remaster one of the old games. People have been clamoring for that. We got a Jumanji game. I don't fucking know.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It was a turn-based Jumanji game, right?
Yeah, I don't even remember. I wrote Jumanji.
Yeah, it was a turn-based Jumanji game. I think it's not. It took place in the older Jumanji, the original one, not the newer one. So.
Yeah.
Meh.
All right. We're gonna go through these rapid fire because the next things are not exciting. Lost Judgment trailer. Then we got some weird ass thing from Dead Mouse, even though he was like Dead Mouse 5, and I was like, no one's ever said Dead Mouse 5, and well, like they have sarcastically, but fuck, I don't know what the hell he was showing us. That game looked stupid as hell. Then we got Jungle Book and Fall Guys crossover. That was cute, like that. We got a Replaced trailer, and that was that indie game from the Xbox E3 showcase. You can go listen to the soundtrack. Okay.
The replace soundtrack. That sounds sick, by the way.
Yeah. I think it sounds awesome, but okay. The Age of Empires 4 trailer was shown here, which we already talked about. Valheim DLC got a release date. Then we got a Crossfire X trailer. I thought it looked decent. Like it looked like a first-person shooter. Like it is what it is. My thing was the trailer ended with coming soon. And when the hell are we getting a release date on this game? Like it's been like 2 years now. They announced this like in 2019.
Yeah. Well, I think it's either December or January. Because it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to launch with the Series X. But,
Listen. I liked Control. I think Remedy can make a good game, but I honestly don't know what is going on with this, and they're not saying anything.
There are too many FPS games right now.
Yeah. We got Genshin Impact. Aloy is coming to Horizon. We've known that for a little while.
It looks weird.
Yeah, Aloy looks super weird in this game. Sifu, we got a release date for, coming February 2nd, 2022.
I have to say, Sifu looks fun. It looks, Kena and Sifu are some of the games I'm definitely getting on the PlayStation 4. I like the whole concept of Sifu, like, once you die, you come back older.
Yeah,
so
you come back older and stronger, like, because you're more wise, you're more, I think that's a really cool concept.
I'm loving that concept. That's a new take on it.
Something about the game just isn't clicking for me. Like, I'm not seeing what everyone else is, and I'm like, maybe it's a game, like, if it was on PlayStation Plus I'd pick up. I don't think I'm going to buy it unless it's getting stellar reviews, and then maybe I'll check it out, but it's just something not clicking for me.
I think it's only $30.
Yeah, I think it's probably cheap. Now, we've come to the end of opening night live, and we're like, all right, this is going to go out with a bang.
One more thing.
Where's the one more thing? They fucking show us Death Stranding Director's Cut for like 12 min's.
I mean, not gonna lie, it has a lot more content now. It's like the Snyder cut of Death Stranding. The first one was like the theatrical release, and this is like the Snyder cut. they have a lot more stuff, a lot more story missions, a lot more characters. So it could be better. They have a lot more different enemy types as well. So looks good, but it's not coming on PS4. So not getting it.
I was bored out of my mind during this. I was like, this looks like the same bad game it was before. I don't know why anyone. They're like, oh, you can ride a bike now. Oh, my favorite part of this trailer was that like we added a little buddy robot that you can sit on, and then they'll auto walk you across the. I'm like, you literally just said you spent time figuring out how the players cannot play the game. You know your game's so fucking boring, you're going to want people to put their controller down, go on their phone, while the game plays itself for you. That's what you're paying the $10 upgrade for, apparently.
I mean, all PlayStation has this holiday is the director's cut, so they're just trying to push that up.
It's just... yes, Deathloop, or not Deathloop, fucking Death Stranding sold like 5 million copies, I think it was. So... I think they expected it to do better, and now I think they're trying to boost sales by adding more content because, you know, there wasn't really any gameplay in the first one. I just don't see why people would pay for this. Like, who... First of all,
They should have been in the original game. They should have come the first game. You shouldn't need to pay $10 for it.
I just don't think this makes a good game still. Like, the people that didn't like it before are still not going to like it.
Yeah.
This doesn't move the needle and like, oh my god, Death Stranding is a...
Graphically it looks great, but
yeah,
that's all it is. That's all it is. It's just like...
Yeah, I was not impressed. And then I'm like, okay, Jeff, please have something. Like, one more thing. He fucking says he's going to be in the Muppet Show on Disney Plus and then ends it. Bro, you had Elden Ring at Summer Game Fest.
Elden Ring? Oh god.
And
I would have loved I would have loved them to end big. That would have made the show better than Summer Games Fest, but
the second half of Opening It Live was much worse. Like, he definitely stacked all the good stuff in the first hour. Then the second hour was like very...
I mean, it would have been great if they put the Marvel Firaxis game at the end. That would have been...
Yeah, that would have been hype.
Great.
Yeah, that would have been a great way to end the show, yeah. I agree. But... overall, I still think it was a good show. I think there was lots here for people. I just think that the ending, it ended weak. It whimpered along.
Definitely.
Good show. You know, well, Aman, I think we've covered it. We've covered everything. Yeah, hit all the notes, hit all the big news. I will want to know what Tom and Garrett think next week of the Halo Infinite campaigns co-op stuff. But you guys are going to have to wait till next week for that, and hopefully they show up. But thank you for listening. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Drop us an Apple rating, 5-star if you like the show. Give us a review. I don't know what else to say. You know, we appreciate everyone listening. If you made it this far, come back next week. We're going to do this every week. We're almost at episode number 50. And episode number 52. So that's one whole year of Project XTalk. We haven't missed a week. And I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty proud of where we've come in this short amount of time.
But I think, yeah, being consistent week in, week out is great.
Yeah. Well, Aman, thank you for joining me. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Amon_M05.
And you can find me on Twitter at the Muffinmon. That's a 1 instead of an I and an O instead of an A. And follow us at Project XTalk on all the socials. Go like our YouTube for the YouTube exclusive reviews we do over there. You guys are missing content if you're not subscribed to the channel. And we're almost at 200 subscribers, so if you can get us there, we would appreciate it. But we will see you next week. Goodbye.